Hello and welcome back. So I guess we can call this Gemini Music Generation Part 2. So if you remember in the first part, we came here to Gemini app. And this is just gemini.google.com. And we went to tools and we want to create music. And that brought us here, and then we picked a track to remix, and then we put in a prompt, and then we did 8-bit, and then we got a remix Super Mario Brothers 3. So I said in there that this is really the, training wheels version of music prompting, and that there was a lot more to it. So let me go over and show you some Google documentation that actually breaks down how they recommend doing music prompting. So now this is Google Cloud documentation for Vertex AI, which is their enterprise AI platform. You don't really have to know too much about that. But this specific document is about Lyria, which is their family of music generation models. And one thing I will point out is that this is for Lyria 2. The model that's in Gemini app is Lyria 3. It can basically do everything Lyria 2 can do plus more. So everything that we'll talk about in this applies to it. But just know that this is documentation for Lyria 2, not the model that's in Gemini app. So if I switch over here to the Lyria Music Generation Prompt Guide, this is where all the information is, and then I'll go to the basics for writing prompts. These are the steps that they recommend for music generation, and we'll just go through them individually. So the first one is genre and style, and this is your primary musical category. They have some examples in here, and if I switch back over to Gemini, that's what these are. This whole pick a track to remix, this is basically your genre and style. And they even have some of the examples in here: 8-bit, cinematic, 8-bits right here, cinematic, I think cinematic's right there, etc. That is the main thing, the most important thing to have in there, which is why they pick that for you to remix. Have a genre and style. 2, mood and emotion. This is the desired feeling music should evoke. So their examples here: energetic, melancholy, peaceful, tense, whatever you want, but have some kind of defined music and or emotion. 3 is instrumentation. So this is the key instruments you want to hear. So again, this is piano, synthesizer, acoustic guitar, string orchestra, etc. Whatever instruments you actually want to hear in your music, call it out so that, again, the model doesn't have to guess what you want. 4 is tempo and rhythm. So that's just the pace. So again, fast tempo, slow ballad, 120 BPM, that's beats per minute. Rhythmic character, etc. Again, if you don't know a ton about music, this is going to seem like a lot. And this is why they just have it on the Gemini app, where you can just pick your genre and style and just kind of say something and it'll try to figure it out. But these are the building blocks of music. 5, they have optional. These are really all optional, but they have arrangement and structure, so how the music progresses or how it layers. So the example here, it starts with a slow piano, then the strings enter, then crescendo into a powerful chorus, etc. But you can basically define how your music goes from step 1 to step 2 to step 3. Think about your favorite movie and how it opens up, and the music and how the music builds, and it builds tension and it builds whatever. That you can define all that. Next is your soundscape or your ambiance. So that's whatever background sounds you have or your overall sonic environment. So examples here: rain falling, city nightlife, etc. And then the last optional one here is production quality. So your desired audio fidelity or recording style. So they have high quality production, vintage recording, raw demo feel. Again, you don't have to have all these, but if you do put all these, then you'll get really specifically what you want. And if you leave something out, and then maybe you wanted this one thing and it did something else, this is probably why, because you left out one of these elements. So then if you scroll down a little bit, they have a couple of examples. And what I did before this was I took this one here and I put it in Gemini just so that you could see what it's like. So I'll switch back over to Gemini, and then let me set this up. So what I did was came into a new chat. I left the model on fast, and then I went into tools and I came to create music. Note that you don't have to pick a track to remix. Again, I did in the other one just because that's kind of the fast way to just get a track created. You don't have to pick one of these. So I didn't pick one, and then I just put this prompt into here as is. Okay, so that's the setup. Again, I already did this, so it's right here, and this is the prompt. You don't have to keep the different elements in parentheses. That was really just calling out the different elements in their list. I kept it in just as is just to see how it did, and it didn't really care about that. And just to show you, this is the one that I did in the part 1 video, and you can see the original track that I picked to remix is right here. And in this one, there's no track there. So again, you don't have to pick one of those remix tracks. But then I put in this prompt, and then it took, again, like, I don't know, not even 30 seconds, and then it created the track just fine. It's a 30-second track. Let me turn this on, and then let me play this for you. And then again, you can reread the prompt and just see how those different elements actually come through in a completed 30-second track. So I'll put the link to this document in the comments so that you can go and read through it if you want to see the whole thing. There are a couple other examples in there. And then just to recap everything, I'll just kind of put it on the whiteboard here just so it's a little bit cleaner, so you don't have to see all the extra stuff if you don't want to. And you can just kind of pause this or write this down or save this somewhere if you just want to reference it when you're creating your music prompts. But the 7 elements that Google recommends is genre and style, mood and emotion, instrumentation, tempo and rhythm, arrangement/structure, soundscape/ambient, and production quality. Again, you don't have to put all those in there. If you choose not to put all of them in there, it's okay, but know that if the final product isn't exactly what you want, it's probably because you left one of these out and then the model had to guess what you wanted, and what it guessed wasn't aligned with what you actually wanted. So if you're gonna create music in one of these AI tools, in this case Gemini, but there are others that can create music, and it's becoming a more popular kind of model right now. But if you're gonna create AI music with whichever model you choose, consider these different elements in your prompts and you will get much better output. So try it out, ask us questions if you have them, and we'll see you next time.